Hello, everyone. Time for the City Commissioner's report for the City of Pikeville. Our special guest is Commissioner Jimmy Carter. Hello, Jimmy.
Good morning, Homer. How are you?
Fine. It's good to have you here. It's been a while since we talked. Always look forward to you. You have a wealth of information about our city. And I want to jump into a subject right now, the Thompson Road Development Project, now underway. It's one of the major projects under consideration up to this point by the City of Pikeville. Now it looks like it's ready to move forward.
We're more than ready to get this one. We've been working on this for several years, as everyone knows in town. Trying to develop the property around Texas Roadhouse, where it's located right now. We did get a deal worked out with the Postal Service about purchasing their building for that building to be a part of the development.
That building will not be demolished, is that right? The present Postal Service office?
It will be.
It will be demolished.
It will be demolished, but it will not be demolished until the developer builds the section where the 10, I think it's a 10,000 square foot section where the Postal Service will be relocated to around Texas Roadhouse. After they move, that will be demolished, and that will be part of the development.
You referenced the Texas Roadhouse. Let's place it in context for those who may not be as familiar with the area as we are, you and I are. It's in the Thompson Road, hence its name, but it will be around or surrounding the Texas Roadhouse, or adjacent.
Correct, and to give another visual on that, would pretty much be behind Walmart, to give it a point of reference on Thompson's Road down around the old Lake Joanne area.
So it moves south toward the Walmart location on the land that is goes all the way to the river, as a matter of fact.
Correct. That's where we have our launch and recovery of our kayaks, tubing, and all that.
And that situation seems to be going well too. We talked to Sean several times, and he tells us about the activity going on there.
It's just phenomenal how many weekends. If it wouldn't have been for the weather, some of the river being up and down so much this summer, with the rains that we've had, just about every weekend has been packed with kayakers and tubers and canoers up and down the river. It's really neat to see.
The Thompson Road development is not a project of development by the city per se. There will be an investor that'll be putting at least, I'm looking at figures, $30 million into that project.
Right. All we're doing is selling the property there to the developer, and then he will develop the property into a shopping center.
The city of Pikeville also developing infrastructure to support that effort?
Correct. A lot of it's already there. We put that in, hopefully knowing that we're going to move forward with the development. As Texas Roadhouse was built, we went ahead and extended the utilities down that way.
Time frame has been set on that for completion. I'm seeing here a press release that says construction expected to begin early spring. I think you mentioned fall as a possibility.
Well, I think we're going to hopefully have a groundbreaking in this fall. I'm not sure that they'll be able to start construction with getting all their plans. I know they have started developing their actual blueprints for the site. So we're hoping that definitely that they'll be ready to bring it out of the ground in the spring.
Now let's wrap up this subject by saying it should take about 1.5 to 2 years to complete that project.
Correct. Yes.
It's been ongoing for several years.
Several years. We've been really working on this, pretty much wanting to sell the property since I've been on the commission, which is almost 9 years. So in the past probably 4 years, we've really been working hard to make this deal come true. And of course, as everyone knows, the economy went down. And there wasn't a whole lot of building going on, but the way our developer is talking is that, believe it or not, and we know this living here, that people want to come to Pikeville and they see the value coming to Pikeville, and I think that just shows a lot for the area that these stores, no matter with the down economy, they're willing to gamble on us and come in here and build.
The developer, by the way, Realty Link Investments.
Yeah, they're out of North Carolina, and they've done some very big projects, and we're tickled to have them.
Let's switch gears a little. You're also serving on a committee to develop the Jenny Wiley Theater in downtown Pikeville. That'll be a wonderful thing to have. Where does that project stand?
We had a meeting last week, and it's really moving along very, very rapidly. We are hoping and planning and I won't say hope, we are planning to have a groundbreaking ceremony October 30th. Senator Hal Rogers has accepted to be our keynote speaker to get the project going. We're going to have all the dignitaries from all around the region because this is a regional project with the Jenny Wiley Theater. So with that, we're hoping to move forward, and what our engineers and architects tell us, if everything stays on the path we're going right now, there's a very good chance that we'll be in the building by the end of 2013.
Groundbreaking. Give us another location. We can't assume everyone knows where all these things are.
Well, we're 2nd Street and Hamley Boulevard, Division Street corner is where the theater, the box will be built. Of course, the city has also purchased the old Dollhairs building, which will connect to the theater itself for offices, storage, and that type of thing. The main entrance will be off 2nd Street with a new entrance that way. And if anybody's seen the drawings, I think you can go on the website and our website, or Jenny Wiley's, I believe, and you can see the artist rendering on what the front will look like.
Without going to that website immediately, is this a multi-storied facility, or is it on one level?
It's pretty much just going to be one level, considering that the Dollhairs building, and actually that's where we're sitting in the old part of that as well. One section of that is 2-story, one is one level. The theater box itself will just be one level. It'll just for the theater itself.
Just up the street from where we're located at this time at Pike TV, last weekend, the weekend of the 22nd or 23rd, Cole Building at the University of Pikeville is dedicated. I understand that was a big success. Were you able to attend that?
I was out of town and was not able to attend that, but I heard that it was a great turnout and very interesting on how they, what I understand, and the pictures that I saw on how they did the stage and blocked off Huffman Avenue and had the backdrop of the building and just the 99 in the background was just very spectacular, and had an opportunity to go through the building as it was being constructed. I haven't been in since it's been totally completed, but what an addition to the skyline of Pikeville and for the University of Pikeville. It's just a great building, and it's going to be there for a long time to serve our needs.
We've been throwing around some rather large numbers, $30 million on the Thompson Road project. The Cole Building, University of Pikeville, at $40 million. Judicial Center in downtown Pikeville on Main Street. It's about to come online, maybe as early as next summer. I'm not sure about their deadlines. And the construction at Pikeville Medical Center. We're a happening thing here.
We've got a lot of projects coming out of the ground, and then you've got the new hotel. Just started.
Absolutely.
The steel's coming out of the ground there at the beside the Hampton for the new hotel there. So, there's just a lot of things going on downtown Pikeville, and we're proud of it, and we just hope we can keep it going.
Let's talk for a moment about the Pikeville Pike County Airport. They recently received a grant of about $3.5 million for some improvements there, including a taxiway that will be a safety issue. It'll take the taxiing of the aircrafts off the active runway, which has always been a consideration.
Yeah, and a big concern, and a lot of that's going to have to do with the FAA is where the money's coming from to do this, and I think they see the need for that, especially with our progress being moved for the commercial air service. We would definitely have to have that to move forward with the progress up there.
City of Pikeville involved in the gaining of that grant?
No, that was the airport board did that, and they have to match that. I want to think I understand it was 25% of that, and that will come out of their funds that they have that they can use for the taxiway for those improvements.
There's bears in downtown Pikeville. I've seen them everywhere. Are you guys addressing that problem?
Yeah, well, there's no bounty on these bears, so don't be out shooting them. But what a tremendous program the Artisan Alliance, with the city, putting these bears out. And if you haven't been downtown to see them, I urge you to walk around and look at them and see what kind of artists that we have in this area, because all these were native in the region, most of them from Pikeville, Pike County, but there are some from, I think, from surrounding counties that painted the bears.
Well, I must say it's the best dressed bunch of bears I've ever seen. Yeah.
And what I've been told, I've never been that close to a real bear, but they don't smell as bad either.
Oh,
So.
good point, Jimmy.
But yeah, we're really, this is one of these things that that the Artisan Alliance came to the city and wanted to do something different. If everybody remembers several years ago in Lexington, they had the horses that were out on different street corners, and it was just a huge success.
I think a couple of those horses ended up in Pikeville at some point.
They did. So we're looking forward to it, and it's really gotten to a point that I think we've got 10 or 12. I'm not really sure exactly. I think 10 maybe. But we've had so many people asking to have the bears. We've actually had to move them around a little bit to spread them out, I'd say. But they've come to us and asked the city to purchase 5 more, and we agreed to do that on Monday. So there's going to be 5 more bears at different locations as soon as we get them built and commission the artists to paint them. There's going to be 5 more out. So
I might suggest to you that you're going in the opposite direction. You're adding bears to the pack, when actually in the wild you would take them away. But I can understand where you're going. They're beautiful, really.
They've really been a big asset and a big draw to the downtown area. You drive through town, you see people taking their pictures with them, and it's really pretty neat. So with the addition of 5, we'll have 15 total. I think that's what I was told. And then at that point, what we'll do is somewhere down the road, a year or so, whatever, that we may auction one off. That way, that'll give the Artisan Alliance some funding, and they can repurchase and just keep turning them over. So I think we're always going to have them. We've gotten calls from around the region, different cities.
Some variations on it.
Exactly. Actually, I was talking to the judge executive, Randy Thompson, in Knott County a couple of weeks ago, and he wanted to get the information because they had the idea of in downtown Heineman to put elk and do the same type of thing. Good. So they're really excited about it. He couldn't believe what a draw it was for the people to come downtown with the bears. So they're going to do the same thing. So it's just kind of catching on and moving around. So it's.
Who creates the bears? Actually makes them? Do you know?
I do not know that. I know they're.
Is it local?
It's not local. I do not believe. No, but I do know that the Walters Group, after they get painted, the Walters Group has come in and they're clear coating them, so they'll take the weather. So we know that they're not going to get damaged during the weather. So, and I think they did that at no charge. So we want to thank them for that.
Fire department technology moving along in the fighting and prevention of fires. I see where you guys have spent some money here to get fire gear for our fire department.
Yeah, it was time to replace some. I think we've allowed it, and that was a capital expense of about $55,000. It's just time to, every so often we have to go in and replace some of the older equipment, so just that cycle and that time to do that. And we definitely, hats off to our fire and police. They do a super job in such a short response time to make sure that everyone in the city is safe.
Also, kudos to the fire department on that challenge. Took place a couple of months ago, maybe a little longer. They did well representing our city.
Very well, considering the heat. The day that was going on, I had an opportunity to be down there, and it was blistering hot. And
you're talking about Lexington?
The one they had here in Pikeville.
Oh,
I wasn't
okay.
one in Lexington, but I had an opportunity to be the one here in Pikeville, and it's very, very difficult maneuvers that they have to make, especially with all their gear on. So I take nothing away from them. They do a great job and are physically fit and ready to go.
Congratulations to the Pikeville City Fire Department. I'm sure you've noticed that the weather has turned a little bit cool. We're into at least a fall period. Pretty soon it'll be winter, and you guys are gearing up for the winter with some ice.
Well,
salt, I'm sorry.
Yeah, hopefully we don't have
the
that
ice
much
will
ice.
Take care of itself.
Yeah, the salt will take care of the ice. There's been a shortage in the past years of salt for salting the roads. My understanding is that it's not in short supply this year, I guess, because of the the mild winter we had last year. So the price is down, but we went ahead and pre-bought some and got the bid in, and we'll be ready if we do have any inclement weather that we need to put the salt down, be ready to go.
I'm always interested in the agenda of what you consider at these meetings, you being a member of the City Commission. Hardware and software for the Expo Center, what does that entail?
Well, they haven't had any update to their cash register, POS, point of sale, for their events, and it's just pretty much outdated. As everyone knows, technology today, 2 or 3 years is a long time for it to be outdated. So we felt the need to ensure that we're doing the right things and tracking our sales to make sure that we're in line. That we need to invest in some new POS systems.
Anything you can tell us about upcoming events at the Expo Center?
I know that my granddaughter is all excited about Sesame Street. I know that. She told me that the other day. She wanted to go see Bert and Ernie.
Bert and
Ernie, ready to go. So I do know that. I'm not sure of the other events. I know I did see a calendar that was brought forward, and right offhand I can't think of anything right offhand, but it looks like a pretty good fall series of different events that's going to be coming up at the Expo.
In the sense of transparency, I'm sure the City of Pikeville is deeply invested in that concept. Surplus property sale, people bidding on property that you can do without in the city, and it generates money.
Right.
There was one sale concluded, I noticed at your last meeting. That was a piece of property on Scott Avenue.
That's correct. So we had a surplus piece of property there that we put out to bid. I think it went out the first time, no one bid on it. We did it the second time. We did have 3 bids on it, and Judge Eddie Coleman was the high bidder at I think it was $50,000. And I think the fair market value on that was $36,000 or $38,000, what it was assessed for. So we felt good about that and move on. And I think he might be expanding, or he just wants that for maybe a yard. I'm not really sure, but that's the kind of thing that we need to do, is get rid of. We don't need the property. We need to get rid of it, just like we do with old police cars, fire trucks. All that.
I'm sorry if I wasn't listening close enough. Did you mention the sale price?
Yes, I think his bid was $50,000.
$50,000.
And I think the fair market assessment on it was $36,000 to $38,000. So.
There's a rather lengthy entry here on your agenda about the Kentucky Arts Council, the commission executing some documents, certification program. Can you tell us about that?
It's just pretty much a formality for the Artisan Center to be a part, quasi, type thing. It's just really nothing other than just some paperwork to be executed. Employee
benefits, any change there?
Yeah, we had one addition. We're offering I guess it's a martial arts, like a class for anyone that wants to take it to keep in shape. We have one that we do in-house, and then if somebody wanted to do one outside of the in-house that we already provide, that will provide the same thing from the outside source as well. Some of the police and fire, especially the police, like to do that to keep in shape. And of course, hopefully we never have to get in those situations where they have to defend themselves, but that's one of the reasons that we offer it to them and any other employee.
In your deliberations with your fellow commissioners, any discussion about the Randy Jones Playground, which was recently dedicated?
Yeah,
I know you've been out of town for one.
And I'm sorry that I missed that dedication, but that's just been a project it's just got in the hearts of everybody. And I'll give you a quick story on that. They said right before the dedication, there was a bunch of kids up there playing, and they were putting up the headstone or the marker, the monument marker, well, not really the headstone, but the monument marker, explaining the project and with Randy's name on it, and they were pouring the concrete for the pad, and one of the teachers came over there. They had a group there, and one of the teachers said one of the kids wanted to put their handprint in the concrete, and I think Jimmy Kinney was up there doing it, and there was like 8 or 10 kids out there. He goes, no, No, we can't do that. We can't have one, but we want them all to come over and put their
Oh, how
handprints
nice.
in. So there's handprints around, and they got to paint them, and I thought that was very neat. And what a testament of exactly what it's for and what it is. So that'll be something that'll be used for years down the road and be added onto. My understanding is that
That was my next point. It's going to be a project that will never be completed, I'm told.
Right.
It will be upgraded constantly with maybe new rides, maybe a change in the entire atmosphere of the park, but it's going to be ongoing.
And you've had a chance to go up and look at it. The surface is just amazing. It's a rubberized poured surface that the kids fall. They
A
can't,
safety issue.
Not going to get hurt, and it's just a great park, and we're just glad to be a part of it. What an honor to be a part of it.
I see where the commissioners, and you included, have okayed the reshowing of the Hatfield-McCoy feud show. You announced that the local show will be aired on a couple of television stations here in this area.
Yeah, there's some shows showing all kinds of different.
Week of October 1st,
Right.
beginning with WYMT,
YMT, KYT, a couple of stations in Tennessee as well.
BKO, and VLT.
And they'll be broadcasting about the Hatfield-McCoy. And I think there's a couple other little things, snippets that they're going to be talking about as well. So some great exposure for the Hatfield-McCoy and for this area. Of course, as you know, we've been inundated with tourists wanting to know more about the Hatfield-McCoys and taking the tours. And as a matter of fact, today, as we tape, there's a county judge executives are in the area and actually in town in Pikeville today, and they're actually taking the tours today. I think there's over 100 county judge executives that are in town for a meeting that was in Prestonsburg and in the region. So they came here. They're taking the tours. Talked to Jesse Boland, the director of our events, and he said, "I've got a bunch of tours." I said, "What are you doing?" He said, "Got the county judges," and I forgot that they were going to be in town today. But yeah, it's just overwhelming on what the response we're getting.
This will be another opportunity for the Pikeville and the Pike County tourism groups to collaborate on a project, and it's good for the area, good for the citizens when that happens.
Oh, absolutely, and the county tourism and city tourism has been working together on this project the whole way, and it's just great that to see everybody working together to make it happen. It's with everybody working together, it sure makes it a lot easier to make things happen.
More efficient and also reassuring to the citizens.
Absolutely.
There's not a schism taking place there, which may or may not have happened. I don't know. What about this sewer? I'm interested in this. This is where I work. Peach Orchard Sewer Separation Project.
This is a project, Homer, that we've been working on for several years. Division of Water years ago stated that they wanted your storm water, street water coming off into your sewer system to help push everything along, I guess is the best way to put it. So a few years ago, they came back and said, no, we don't want that. You have to take all that water out and separate it, take it to the river, take it to a lake or whatever. So this is the biggest, we were kind of ordered that we had a certain amount of time to get this done, and so everyone in the state had the same issue. The Peach Orchard separation is the last big piece of that puzzle to get the majority of that water out of the sewer system, and I'm glad to say that we're ready to move forward on that this fall and winter and have that completed.
Is this the same as the Foxcroft situation?
No, Foxcroft is we're adding sanitary sewer to that location up to the top level of where the last housing is being built. So we're moving forward with that.
With all the activity by the City Commission, a project that has not got very much exposure is the Marion's Branch. Is it sitting there dormant, or are there things going on there?
We're still moving around and doing some core samples, and we just got some of those results back here recently. We would love to move forward with that project, although as everyone knows, funding is always an issue. We're still looking for funding to pave pave the road to the site, and also to put the infrastructure in. We've got everything up there. The lots, would be ready to be sold if we, but we have to get the infrastructure as far as sewer, water, streets put in. So we're still looking for funding for that.
In case someone just joined us and didn't hear the beginning of the program, let's go back and summarize about the Thompson Road project, development project, because that is the latest action by the City Commission, and kind of bring us back up to speed. We covered it 25 minutes ago or so.
Well, we're just really pleased to announce that we're ready to move forward with this and have worked out a deal with the Postal Service to get their building, and we're ready to move on that. So with that said, it goes back to the developer now, and they're ready to sign off on that deal, and hopefully, we can break ground with a groundbreaking ceremony to announce these stores that will be coming into the area in the fall, and hopefully this thing will be coming out of the ground in the spring.
Jimmy, it's been a pleasure talking to you as always. Is there any special area you'd like to go to as we wrap up this report?
I think the biggest thing is the growth that we continue to see here in the city, and it's just a pleasure to be a part of it, and hope to see much more of it coming down the road.
Jimmy, a pleasure, and I'm looking forward to the next time we talk. This has been a report for the City of Pikeville, the City Commissioner's Report. I'm Homer Owens. Good day.